Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ryan Woods. I have the pleasure of serving as the Parks Commissioner for the City of Boston. And we are here at the final completed O'Day Playground. Let's give a round of applause for our new playground here in Villa Victoria. It's great to be back here. I remember 16 or so years ago, I worked with the team at IBA and our colleagues at Berklee College of Music, and we started the Tito Puente Latin Music Series here with salsa dancing and all that, and now we have this performance space back to my right, your left, so excited for next summer to see that all activated again. This was a $2.57 million project out of the Mayor's capital budget, with an assist from the state with a $400,000 Parkland Acquisitions and Renovations for Communities grant that is administered by the Commonwealth's Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs. So this was a significant investment here in your neighborhood. I want to give kudos and special thanks to our project manager. She was on the ground, she was listening, she was meeting with the community, making sure we got this park right. So Lauren Bryant, you're here somewhere. Wave your hand for all the work that you did, Lauren. These are the meetings in the communities that she likes. These are the good park renovations. So, also the designer, Klopfer Martin Design Group, thank you for your design work on this park. I believe you're here with us as well. And Nelm Corp for the construction work where you were out here day in. Thank you to our design team and our contractors that helped build this playground. As you can see, this is a heavily used and loved park in the heart of the South End. It's home to the Tito Puente Latin Music Series and a huge part of the local culture. The Parks Department was excited to work on this project and be able to create a park that reinforces strong connection to the community and culture of the South End. We are so excited as IBA soon opens their building in a year or so that they're calling La Casa, which is the home. And that is our mission that we give in the city, is we want to make our parks feel like home, a home to everybody. So having that connection here with La Casa next door, opening the doors to art space, inviting people in from the park and inviting people from inside IBA out into the park. So it's a great partnership with Vanessa and her team, and thank you. We're looking forward to that. Improvements in this park include a complete renovation with a 0 to 2, 2 to 5, and 5 to 12 play structures. Upgrading the utilities and electrical infrastructure. We wanted to make sure we had enough power for the desires of the community cultural programming, for dancing and concerts. There's Find the Animal Fun play panels for kids to look at and hidden animal graphics around the park. The court graphics were all done with murals and stuff on our basketball courts that are there to make them more welcoming and inviting for all. We're also joined by the family of Matthew Miko Hill. Thank you to the family who have kept peace at the top of our priority in this park and in the city. And we'll hear from his mom in a minute for all the work that you do. And I want to call out especially to the Friends group, to Nicola, to Barbara, to everybody who have worked for the Friends of this playground to keep it activated and safe with activities. So I'm very fortunate now to introduce our next speaker. He's got a big job. He is in charge of all things green. He is the head of climate for the City of Boston. He's also our chief of energy, environment, and open space for the City of Boston. Please welcome Brian Sweat.
Thank you, Ryan, and thank you for having me. I will be brief because I know we have some phenomenal speakers. This park opening in particular is near and dear from my heart. I have to say I love all the parks in Boston equally, but when I moved back to Boston, it was around the corner from here. This was the closest park to me. I tried my best to learn salsa dancing at the church next door, and I also did not. I will try to come back. I promise to come back for the dance series and try again. But I wanted to acknowledge, and Commissioner Woods is phenomenal at sharing the credit. This is actually his last opening, so as folks in the audience know, he'll be finishing what has been almost a quarter century of service to the City of Boston on October 18th. So I just want to take a moment. This is under his leadership, he's moved forward on so many important capital projects. New parks like Martin's Park, Mahoney Park, and the A Street Park in South Boston, the Amory Park in JP, completed the acquisitions of Sprague Pond, which is really important, and Eggleston Square Peace Garden, expanding and refurbishing, and then literally dozens of park renovations like the one we're here to open today. So it's been a phenomenal tenure and 5 years as Parks Commissioner. This past summer, we pulled off between Memorial Day and Labor Day over 700 events in our parks. And it was a record-setting number. Part of what makes Boston vibrant and enjoyable and safe is that people have things to do. And that we are activating our parks and we're activating all of our spaces with events that are open to everybody in the full diversity of Boston. So, again, Commissioner Woods, it's been a phenomenal time here. Best of luck. You've had a lasting impact on the city of Boston. Best of luck in your new adventures. We know you're not going far, and we'll see more from you. So, congratulations. So it is now my pleasure to introduce another phenomenal champion for the parks and someone who has been at every parks opening during my tenure here and just a champion of children in the city, Mayor Michelle Wu.
Buenos dias. Hello to all. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Thank you to the incredible leaders who have made this project possible across all the different generations and cultures and parts of our community. And thank you to all the city team members who devoted your time and energy to really listening to the community and moving it forward, and to our partners at every level. So I just want to thank again our Chief Climate Officer for the city, Brian Sweat, for all that he's doing to really make sure that Boston is ahead of what we see in other parts of the country. If you look on the TV and see what's happening in Florida and North Carolina and even close to home as well, flooding that's happened all across the country, we really have to be prepared, and our parks are a key part of making sure that everyone is not only safe and welcome and having fun, but also taken care of when it comes to the changes that our planet is going through. We're really lucky to be joined here by State Rep John Moran as well, who's a key partner, who lives in the neighborhood, who is always present. Thank you for all that you do. I want to double down on the thanks to our community partners, Ms. Nicola and all the friends, Vanessa and everyone from IBA. Thank you for all that you've made possible over many, many years here in this community. To the family members of Miko, and I know we will hear in a little bit from Ms. Dorothea as well. We are here in honor of and in memory of the beautiful lives that have been part of this community and that the legacy that we continue to honor. And then I just want to double down on, I keep refusing to acknowledge it because it's such a difficult transition. It's hard to imagine the City of Boston and our Parks Department without Commissioner Ryan Woods. He has been, there's no one who knows every inch of green space in Boston better. He's there as the person who's stewarding keeping our parks clean and safe. He's been there as the person who's helped imagine where new parks could come or where parks that needed a little love could become even more than our wildest imagination. He's there as a dad with his kids, helping to make sure that things are working right and all the play features and water features. So, I am told that Ryan joined 24 years ago at the City of Boston. He was certainly the city's youngest ever parks commissioner, and that he started because at 16 years old, starting out in the Parks Department, this was a young man who was excited about sharing the beauty and possibility of our green spaces with his own community, with his neighbors and his friends across the city. And even today, after 24 years of community meetings and bureaucracy and lots of different pieces of the job, we still see and feel that excitement within you for our city, that love for our communities. And we are never going to let you go from the City of Boston family, but thank you for everything that you've done for us. So don't worry, Ryan's not going far, so he will be here, and we will be calling him often in his new capacity in Meet Boston. We'll have plenty to do together. Thank you to everyone here for the role that you have been playing in keeping O'Day Playground as a safe and beautiful community space for all the families here. This is an incredibly important community, one that represents so much of the history of Boston, so much of the spirit that when you see a challenge in your neighborhood, grab some friends and find a way to make sure that it gets addressed. The affordable housing that is here in the South End, the open spaces and green spaces, the commitment to being a home for the Latino community at large, the Puerto Rican community, in particular, and the history that that represents nationally would not be possible without generations of activists in the South End who stood up and said they were refused to settle for anything less than community being the top priority. And we see that continued on today with everyone who's gathered here. This park is home to so much good that happens in our city, so much excitement and learning and growing. And we want every generation that enjoys this space and is part of this community to know that this is an investment in your future, and this is an investment in the ways that we come together. In addition to the Tiro Puente music series, we see, I see the shirts for Bikes Not Fights, a very important community program that is represented here, art and culture and music and just plain fun and community. It's also home to the honored tradition of the Peace Day celebration in memory of Matthew Miko Hill, whose life was cut short here almost 30 years ago. I want to thank again Miko's family for joining us here today. You'll hear a little bit from Ms. Dorothea Harris. You'll hear, and we're also joined by his father, Mr. Tip Harris, cousin Tracy Allen, and Aunt Sydney Marrow. And I also met Miss Yolanda on the way in as well. And for helping us ensure that this new space honors and celebrates Miko's love for life, we will continue to keep our bond strong and to make sure that his memory is reflected in the joy that all of these young people are able to experience here every day. His creativity and sense of humor are missed and remembered in the new memorial plaque and the new tree planted here in his memory. So our parks, above all, are places of peace. They're part of what we say when we want Boston to be a home for everyone. We want people to feel at home everywhere in our city, not just to have the affordable housing that they need, but to be at home in our parks and our libraries and our community centers, to feel that fun and connection and greater understanding of each other. That's the power that Commissioner Woods saw as a 16-year-old in the Parks Department and has worked to unlock all across our city. And that's the power that we see in these little ones of the next generation and each one in between. So thank you again to all those who helped with the design, the construction, the planning, and the project management. We have made some incredible improvements and investments as the community had asked for, not just expanding water play and game tables for chess and dominoes, but improving utilities and electrical infrastructure, upgrading the lighting throughout the park to ensure that it's a space that's safer after dark. This is only possible for every community if we want to make sure that people have the spaces to be together and to map out that next initiative that we will take on in partnership with you all. So thank you again for being here, and now it is my honor to invite Representative John Moran up to the microphone.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Commissioner Woods, and to Brett. We really appreciate it. I just want to also I couldn't possibly add to those wonderful comments, but I did want to add one comment. Before coming in, I met with Engine 22 folks at the gate, and I just want to acknowledge their presence and all you do for our neighborhood. Also, I know that we have representatives from the police department here today, so thank you very much. We're all working together. That was interesting. So thank you very much. The only thing I would add to the comments made so far are that, I've been struck by the number of people over the last couple of weeks who have said to me, "Did you see O'Day Park? That's unbelievable. I can't believe that." And so, it's sort of, people didn't see the progress that could be made here and the beauty that could happen. We soon have Titus Sparrow coming up and Cright Park. So I'm just so grateful for the city and all they're doing and the partnership with the state that makes this city so beautiful. And I'm so proud to live here in Suffolk District 9, and particularly in the South End. I just wanted to quickly acknowledge two groups. First would be the Friends of Cright Park, Barbara and I'm sorry, O'Day. Sorry. Well, I've been working on Cright Park so much, as we know. So Friends of O'Day Park. So Barbara and Nicola, if you can come up, I just had a citation from the state. So I won't read the whole thing, but I just wanted to, on behalf of the entire membership of the House of Representatives, want to extend the best wishes and hope for the future and good fortune and continued success for this renovation. We thank you so much. Thank you both very much. And also EBA, we just want to present to you as well for all of your efforts. And you do so much for this community and are so appreciated. So Vanessa, we just wanted to also give you a recognition from the State House.
Thank you, Representative. Like I said, we had so many groups that help us, and the Friends of O'Day have been there at all the community meetings. They store things at their homes between Barbara and Nicola, carrying and lugging. They brought freeze pops today in their own personal cooler just to make sure they had some cool treats for the kids. So thank you for all the work that you do for the Friends of O'Day, and representing as their co-chair to say a few words, Nicola Trupin.
Thank you, Ryan. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Nicola Trupin, my co-chair, Barbara Collins. Barbara. So those of you who are history buffs know that this used to be the site of Girls High School, right here, between West Newton and what used to be Pembroke Street before the Villa Victoria was built. Girls High opened in 1870, and this site was acquired by the Boston Parks and Recreation in 1960. On Saturday, December 1st, 1962, the playground was officially dedicated by Mayor John Collins in memory of Thomas F. O'Day, who at the time was the former editor of the City Record, which was the municipal news record. O'Day died at age 51 a year earlier, and so the park was dedicated in his name. So the cost of the playground initially, and you heard what Brian said was the cost of this renovation, the initial construction, the demolition of the high school, construction of shelter, and the development of the area was $123,000 and some change. So the Friends of O'Day Park was formed in 2016 amid some safety concerns in the playground, as the community, as Mayor Wu suggested, that we get together and see something in the community, we do something about it. And since then, we've worked with EBA and the Blackstone Franklin Square Neighborhood Association to ensure the park's continued success as a safe recreational space for children and adults in the neighborhood. We're really thrilled by the renovation. We're happy this day has come. It's a result of genuine community planning in partnership with the Parks Department and EBA. We will resume our signature program, Bikes Not Fights, this May, and we're planning other fun events for the future. We do look forward to collaborating with EBA when the CASA opens, whenever that is. And for now, we are really delighted to see the sparks of excitement as the children are now playing in what was a very closed, they're very glad to see it open. So thank you very much for coming out, and we're really thrilled at the result.
Thank you so much, Barbara and Nicola. We keep talking about home. This is EBA's home. EBA's always made this a home. EBA's always been so inviting to everyone in this community and welcoming people in the South End and all over the city of Boston and helping activate this park and the Arts Center next door. And we're so happy to have them a partner. So representing EBA is their CEO, Vanessa Calderon Rosado.
Gracias, Brian. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you, Mayor Wu, for really making this happen. And to everyone in the city, especially Parks Department Commissioner, we're going to miss you. But it's really so exciting to be here today. The EBA staff here, thank you. We got to see the proclamation after. And the kids from the early education program and myself, I'm really thrilled to be here today, joining the mayor, the commissioner, elected officials. I know that Riley from Senator Nick Collins is somewhere in the crowd. Hi, here she is. Thank you. And we are really excited to welcome everyone back to O'Day Playground. The renovation and opening of O'Day Playground come at a really very exciting time for our community. As you heard before, IBA is building La Casa, the Center for Arts, Self-Determination, and Activism. And it's right here, right next to the playground. And this is truly a dream come true for our community. Our vision of having these two spaces being developed at the same time is transformative for Villa Victoria, for the South End, and for the city, for the entire city. I remember a few years ago, my first conversation with Councilor Ed Flynn, who I don't think he's here today, but I remember saying, oh, we want to build this building now that we had to remove the old one, and it would be so nice to have a renovation of the playground too. And I remember having the conversation with Nicola and the friends of the playground at Eva, saying like, we need a new playground, and he was excited. It's like, let's put it in the capital budget, and he did. So here we are. So voila, celebrating that great accomplishment today. So thank you, Mayor, again, for your support, and Commissioner. And also thank you to the Friends of O'Day Playground, because we definitely partner together in many events, from park cleanups to Bikes Not Fights, and many other events that we look forward to continue to do with you and neighborhood associations, especially the Blackstone Franklin Neighborhood Association. So more and more to come, including the Tito Puente Latin Music Series. I would be remiss if I don't mention Abria Smith from Berkeley College of Music here. Thank you for coming, Abria. Great partner with Eva and the Parks Department in really bringing the Tito Puente Latin Music Series to the city every year, including Out of Day Playground, but also other playgrounds across the city. So thank you, Abria, for your support, for being here, for helping us make that a reality. So, as you've heard, we are an important partner for the Parks Department in activating this space. And as we complete La Casa, which we hope it'll be completed by the end of 2025, early 2026, we see these two spaces really working in harmony with each other and bringing people together and creating joy for our community, for our children, for our youth, and creating, like the mayor mentioned earlier, a space that is safe for families to enjoy for generations to come. So again, thank you so much. We look forward to continue our partnership with the city, with our friends, with Berkeley, and so many others to make this space the community asset that it is and that it will be. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Vanessa. She beat me to it. Berkeley was in my notes for the next in-between. We would not be able to do our cultural program here with Tito Puente without their support, without the financial support that they help with some of the musicians and the sound, but also bringing Berkeley students and Berkeley alums into our neighborhoods to help program our parks with positive activation. So thank you to Caitlin and Abria for being here and for the programming you do throughout the summer and throughout the year in our parks. We have mentioned how special this park is for many people in the neighborhood, and how important Peace Day is. So now I want to introduce Ms. Harris Cookie up to say a few words on behalf of the family. And we love her new tree with the new plaque, which is right before us, right over here.
Thank you, Mayor Wu and the Parks and Recreation Department for the beautiful restoration and our new tree and plaque. On behalf of our family and friends, I'd like to thank Lauren Bryant and her Parks and Recreation team for conserving Matthew's tree and plaque, which will continue to serve as a meaningful and loving legacy. And as Maya Angelou reminds us, our legacy is defined by the lives we touch, the kindness we show, and the love we give. As with the strength of his tree, Nico's legacy will resonate and grow for generations of peacemakers to come. Thank you so much for this day.
Now the most important part, we get to cut the ribbon on this park. So we'd like to invite some of the kids, the community members that were involved, our elected officials right in front of the podium here so we can cut the official ribbon to open up O'Day Playground.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
O'Day Playground's officially open. Thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you to the park staff that clean, maintain, build, design, all the work you do. We hope to enjoy the rest of the fall season.